All right, everybody, we're here with we're going to go with the Mana Guild here tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce the guild leader. It's Mr. Bonnie. He's going to talk a little bit about himself tonight. The first thing, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the channel and why we're doing these interviews. So the interviews, why we're doing it for the guilds, is to try to get when new players come into the game, they have a general idea of where they want to go, and maybe a little more help to where they can find out exactly where they want to be in the game. Trying to track down a guild that is good for them as well. And tonight with Bonnie's, his guild is a pure mage guild. So we're just going to give him a second to talk about his channel real quick, and then there's the guild and his channel and a few other things. So go ahead there, Billy.
All right. Well, Mana was founded in 2018 along with the Elementalism update, and from the get go, I saw kind of how where the trend where Magic was headed within the game. And I was like, well, everyone always tells me, and I'm sure many of you have heard this, or maybe even think this way, that mages they're only good at healing. That's all they do. They're only good at healing. They're gonna resurrect, and that's their entire job, and their entire in the whole guild. And I said, you know what? I think that's BS. I think we can do better than that. And I think if a group went around and had a whole bunch of mages, we might end up being really strong. Well, in MO1, as you might assume, in 2018 especially, there weren't a whole lot of people playing the game. We were mildly successful, and it pretty much stayed that way. Uh, we never really became big guild that we are right now, or that we had hoped to be. We ended up controlling Meduli in around 2019, and some stuff happened and didn't go very well. And now we're back, bigger than we were before, sticking to our guns, and things have been going really well. I would say, with
Excellent.
any guild relations, things like that, everything's just been going smooth as it could be.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so you got a couple of fellas here with you from your guild. Can you go ahead and just introduce them real quick, and then they can give a little blurb what they do in the guild, if that's okay?
Sure. I guess I'll go with the first one. That would be Gromko, right over here. He's been with me for a while. We always were talking and stuff, but he decided to join Mana, and he started seeing what I was seeing. You know, Magic is really headed in a good direction. I think it's going to be really strong for MO2, and he got on board. But go ahead, Grom.
Yeah, I'm just a filthy metagamer, so
There you go.
and I love big damage numbers. The fact that you can hit 70s on a fat mage is just fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
And the other person I will introduce real quick is Nerd. Just real quick, Nerd, you go ahead.
Hi, I'm Nerd. I joined in MO1, stuck around to MO2. I have my doubts, but so far I'm enjoying it. Enjoy helping new players. You know, just learning shit
Yep.
about the game. My bad. Probably
Yeah,
shouldn't curse.
it's
Oh, you're
okay.
fine.
It's okay at night.
I think we
Okay, so kind of maybe just lay out what the ethos of the guild is, just real briefly for us.
sure. Mana is guild for mages. I want to help new players. I want to get them on their feet. I want to give them a place to be, a place where, as mages, they're valued more than just healers, more than just what most groups would like them to become. That's all they care about them for is healing.
Yeah. Okay.
Mana is really, I wouldn't even put a title of ARPK or RPK guild. We're a neutral guild. I don't want any griefers. I don't want them around. I don't want them in my town. We're gonna kill them, and we're gonna take care of what's going on. We're not trying to necessarily exterminate people, but people who cause problems and they start hitting us, then we start taking care of it.
Good. Yeah. Good. So, if we were to ask where you're going to be located, then, so where are you guys going to stay out of most of the time then? Like, what's going to be your hometown?
if our current situation continues, what ends up happening is we stay somewhere for a couple days and we move. We stay somewhere a couple days and we move. What that ends up doing for us as a guild, especially in persistence, we're gonna have resources in every town. We'll be able to ghost from place to place,
Yep.
especially when spiritism, magic, and all this gets in the game. We're gonna have something everywhere we go. As far as our anti-siege goals go long term,
Yes.
when all that is in the game, which is what we're really going to be focusing on PvP wise. With elementalism eventually coming in the game, I'm sure within the next few months as well. We're going to have reagents everywhere in mass amounts, and it won't matter how far things are. We can just nearest priest and get to wherever we need to go.
Yeah. Okay. That's really good. So you really have no preference then over old or new players that when you're going to be into the recruiting part then, right?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Any player that wants to be a mage, they're gonna have just as much opportunity as an older player.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, well, I don't know the map. Like, well, you'll have your time to know the map. I'm not going to require you to do anything really for a little while. So unless something comes up, especially in persistence and everything else, but
Yeah.
I would like for players to really focus on learning the map and learning where they're at, learning the game itself, and enjoying what's out there as well, and not get just continually griefed in somewhere like Tindrum.
Yeah. Pretty bad, eh? Gromko, would you
Yeah.
like to add anything to that? Because you're probably going to be training a lot of these guys as well.
Yeah, no, for me, it's see, I was a fat mage for Gutter Snipes back in MO1, and I thought, I thought I understood magic. I honestly did. And then I was talking to Billy, and just like he's just talking about spells and their various uses, and like we never used it for that. I was like, I didn't even know you could do that. And it's like, honestly, this man is like, what's it, like a magic otaku. Like
Yeah.
this man literally focuses way too much on magic, but he knows so much about it. It's insane that I've learned
Yeah.
stuff despite being a mage for years.
Yeah, it's crazy, eh? Yeah, he's good. There's no doubt about it. Nerd, would you like to add in on that?
I forgot what the question was. I'll be honest.
Well, it was the original part was from was there any personal preference between like recruiting an old member or a new member? Like you didn't have any preference to it. That's all.
No. Any player really, as long as they're cool with me, I don't mind.
Yeah,
I'm all right with that.
easy enough, eh? So if you guys were gonna ally up, who do you think it would be? Billy.
Well, I guess we have a few light ties and some strong ties, but there's not too much actual allies as far as okay. So we actually we're our my
I can
intention-
summarize. I can summarize this real quick for you. Bill.
Right.
Basically, we're allies with whoever Bill decides to pimp us out to for money.
There you go.
That's what's all. That is what's
We're like-
coming up here, right? This is what everybody
What it
wants
really
to know.
comes down to is if we have to pick a side, I'm gonna pick a lot of the times I'm gonna pick the side I want to win. So
Okay.
It's not really so much as ties.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I get it, brother.
Sometimes I want to just make it a fair fight.
Yeah.
There was a recent occurrence of that, and I picked the wrong. I might have picked the wrong side because they had so much more people.
Yeah.
But I was like, I wish I'd helped the other guys because then it would have been more even and a lot better. Would have worked out better. But we play to have fun.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if another group is trying to grief another group out of the game, I'm probably going to help them on defense.
Yeah.
I'm not going to help on offense, and it's going to look good on that side, and it's also not viewed as aggressively as far as political stuff goes. it should go well.
Yeah. So if you
As long as we're helping in defense and not sieging down someone else's palisade or keep or house or whatever.
Oh, Gaming Gothic,
see.
thank you for the raid, buddy. Thank you very much. Come on in, guys. Come on in. So if you guys were to pick an alignment and you were in Dungeons and Dragons right now, what would your alignment be?
Kind of a chaotic good.
Chaotic good?
sounds accurate.
Grom?
For me, I'm just.
Everybody knows.
I just like PvP. I just kills you.
Right.
Yeah.
In all
I
honesty.
guess we might be leaning more towards chaotic neutral, to be honest.
Yeah, that's more it.
We've done some things.
I was about to say, Bill, if you're saying we're chaotic good after the stuff we did in Meduli.
Yeah, we're pretty chaotic neutral, I guess.
Yeah.
People want to know, right? People want to know.
We've done some things
Okay.
that we're kind of
Hey.
proud of.
Okay.
If it's fun and it just so happens to involve mass murder, yeah, we're down for it.
Okay. So if the PK and white hats ask you to heal, you'd heal both of them. Then you wouldn't. It'd be
Oh
okay.
yeah, no,
We've
I've
actually
I've done
talked
that
about
before.
that.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I figured. Eh?
I feel
If we got two friends fighting it, duking it out,
Yeah.
we'll probably just heal both of them and be like, nobody's dying today.
Oh yeah.
I don't know,
Sure.
I've had some fun as my fat mate just watching two guys fight, and I just kept healing them both.
Yeah.
And they just kept going, and eventually they just got tired because I
Yeah.
just kept them alive.
That's it. They quit. Eh? They quit. Oh, that's good. So, guys, in the chat, we're going to be taking questions in about 5-10 minutes. So start thinking up something, and when you go to put it in the chat to ask the question, try to put it in a Q bracket or question bracket or something so we can all see it easier. Okay. So we'll be starting that in a bit. So I guess the real big question is, are you guys going to be a pure merc guild? That's the real question of this whole thing, I think. We want to know if you want money.
I would love for someone to actually hire us. Like when it comes to resistance and they need help defending a keep or something.
Yeah.
Let me know. Like reach
There you
out
go.
to us and say something. And we might just take it up and scoop it up and run over there.
Yeah. See?
Ping
I like
everybody and immediately get people over there as
I
soon
like
as you
that.
can, because we'll have reagents everywhere,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
if that's part of the plan, then we'll be able to do quite a bit
Yeah.
very, very quickly.
Yeah. I got a little story I want to tell you about the siege that we had with you the one time. I think it was the keep that was at the Rainbow Forest, at the west side of the Rainbow Forest, and it was, not? Yeah. So we would be coming up there, and the first thing like our officers would be yelling at us is Bonnie's healing, Bonnie's healing, like that. It's like, all right. So we would look for, all we were targeting was you with the Spider Queen all the time. That was my job. Keep the Spider Queen on you 24/7 so you couldn't heal these guys. And that, I remember the Spider Queen actually pulled you off the wall and you died right in front of me and Dean, right at our feet.
I might have. It would have been a while ago.
Oh,
yeah, you dropped right in front. Actually, it was me and Steiner. Is
Steiner?
where you dropped right in front of us, and the fall damage near put you one hit.
Where was
It
this at again?
At,
Rainbow Forest Siege.
Yeah, it was at the. Oh yeah, it was a classic.
I'm trying to remember.
Because they always targeted you, dude. Always. As soon as we get to a keep and they found
they
you were
did.
there. Oh yeah, I could see you jumping up and down, and I was just trying to target my queen just to get it on you in that little bit. So it was funny. Anyways, it was one of the times I remember. But what we want to know is, what was your best time in the game that you had in MO1, and a little bit of lore on it for everybody in the chat that's kind of maybe new and not around for MO1, and then we'll go on through your officers as well.
Probably one of my best times. Are we talking PvP or PvE?
Whatever you want. You can tell both if you want. Actually, that would be good.
Okay.
Yep.
We had Octanakos and Anakra. They both had Death Knights, and it was one of my first times seeing the Death Knights.
Yeah.
And we decided we're gonna run Rise Our Cave or Rise Our Dungeon.
Yes.
Just 4 of us. Just 4 mages.
Yeah.
2 of us naked, and 2 of them had Lictor sets. The third person was completely naked, and he had a very unique build that we came up with. That was just a necromancer with a whole lot of meditation. He maxed out his meditation skill.
Yeah.
And what he did was he summoned like 8 mummies, and
Oh,
he would
jeez.
use Dark Orders on a Rizar and just tank it, and
Yeah.
we just heal the mummies.
Oh, really?
And
That
we
is a
heal
good-
the
Yeah,
Yeah.
Death Knights.
efficient way.
Yeah, that's a good combo. Good call.
And
on
I was
that.
just sitting back there, just healing, and that was how we got our mummy scrolls and the Death Knight scroll that we got from there. We farmed it for like 6 hours, got a bunch of keys,
good for you.
went up to Tindrum, opened that chest as well, and we got a couple scrolls out of it.
Oh yeah, I'm remembering all that now.
You eliminate a lot of the people you have to share loot with too.
Yes, there's only 4 of us.
That's the key.
Yeah.
All right, so your best PvP time then?
Our best PvP, around mid 2019, around our peak, we actually controlled Meduli. We had a palisade right outside of Meduli, and we were bringing back people from the grave, pretty much. People that had quit the game a long time ago, and people were just starting to just show up in waves. We had TT. We were fighting every
Yeah.
day, 12 plus hours a day, every
Nice.
day PvP all day. We couldn't get enough of it, and we actually had too much of it. We couldn't do anything else. So we had there were 3-way fights between us, TT, and then RPK. When we would tell them, you know what, we don't want to siege you guys, just come on over for PvP,
Nice.
and they would just come over, and we were blasting elementalism from the walls,
Yeah.
just hitting everybody. There were a couple times a coup was like, what is going on? Who is that? Who's shooting those spells? Like, oh, it's Bill. He's pretty good. I'm like, oh shit,
I
yeah, it's me.
Were you
I
there?
remember some of those fights. Yes, I remember some of them.
I was out.
And all of our guards were inside of Meduli, killing Meduli's guards, and we had
Oh my
guild guards
God.
controlling Meduli.
That's
Yes, yeah,
hilarious.
I remember that.
That's
We
hilarious.
made Meduli basically a red town.
That's fabulous. Good game mechanics, eh? Just
Yeah,
you can do
beautiful.
anything though. That's what I mean. The game was crazy. You could do anything in it.
I loved it.
Yeah, Graham, you want to go ahead and slap us with something, please?
So my favorite moment is I was actually, it's not just because you guys happen to be RPK. I've told Billy multiple times ago. My favorite moment in game was against RPK. It was
Right
on a
on.
roam with Guts, and we were going just to Morinkur, and we just we started killing a couple of guys in the Morinkur graveyard, and then just like a freaking hornet's nest, just like there's like 30 RPK guys just came running after us, and at the time like you were like more than like half our numbers, but the saving grace was so as we started running away, we lost a few guys. And we were just trying to get into like the plains.
Yeah.
You guys are mostly foot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was just a fat mage, a naked fat mage on a donkey, and we had like 2 other fat mages.
Perfect.
And and like I couldn't really do much, but once we got to the canyon around Morinkur, it was a
Yeah.
nice little choke point. We
Yeah.
just said,
Yeah.
honestly, just screw it, and we were able to kill at least 12 of you guys with earthquakes. All 3 of our fat mages, while you guys clumped up in the canyon coming
Jesus.
after us.
Yeah.
We just earthquaked the hell out of y'all, and
They
we were
didn't get
able
it.
to actually. Yeah, we killed almost half of your guys' group, which is enough for us to regain the number advantage and
Yeah.
actually win.
Especially with fat mages. Old
Oh
fat
yeah,
mages
just
are deadly.
three fat mages literally literally turn the tide of an entire battle just in under like a minute. So that's
just like
the thing
they do
there
now.
That's
Yeah.
it's cemented magic in my
Yeah.
head as like if you wanna play a class that literally can like single handedly change an entire fight. There's no other build or
Yeah.
class that you can really do that has that effect.
Popping you with 70 and 80 T-lashes. It's just like,
Oh,
what?
yeah. That was flame strike. I've
Awesome.
never hit a T lash that high, but
Well, I got hit by one the other day. I thought it was that.
that high.
I think so. I thought that's what it was. I could be wrong.
It was probably a flame strike or a fulmination. Those
Oh.
are the only ones that can hit that high right now.
It was brutal. Anyways, I hightailed it right away.
You can T-lash for about 55 though,
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Probably. Then it hit me hard.
around there. Yeah.
Nerd, you want to go ahead and add your PvP story in there for people that are in here?
PvP story? I don't have much.
Okay. Any story
I'm-
then for MO or whatever.
Any story?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, probably the first time I joined the game and found my actual first guild that I stuck with. It was some dude sitting in the Tindrum bank
Yeah.
using the /yell command to recruit people.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, whatever. I was skeptical of them and I stayed around them for a minute. But they were getting a group to go into the Tindrum slums. And I was just, the fact that they were just recruiting people, I just happened to be there.
Yeah.
And I joined up with them and ended up going all the way with them to Sarduka to build a keep and ultimately find out that you can't build a keep in spot
Oh
and
no.
wasted
Oh.
5,000 gold. So,
Oh.
I mean, just my first guild experience was
Wow.
pretty cool. I loved it.
Jesus, that's crazy. All right, so we're gonna take a few questions from the chat. So if you guys got some questions there, you can start putting them in. And if Billy has anything he wants to start adding in right now, while we wait for questions that you want to get out about your guild to people right now, go right ahead. Just take her away.
Sure. Well, as you know, we're actually a mages guild, of course, and we are specializing in magic, and we're also planning for the future as well. We're planning on collecting all the reagents and things that we need later on. We're gonna be kind of a traveling group, so we don't really have a home, and that's intentional as well. The way the keep system worked in MO1, if they repeat any of that, I don't want to keep. I don't want it. I don't want to sink 2 stacks of gold into a keep.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to farm 2 stacks of gold to waste on a keep. I don't want to pay 50 gold a day to upkeep
Yeah.
the keep.
The keep. Yeah.
You're right.
True.
And it was a very toxic, unrewarding system.
Yeah.
I have never been in a group that had a keep that profited from it as much as they maybe should have or thought they would.
Oh, it's just a money pit.
It is money pit, brought a lot of heartache for people, and when they lost it, they usually quit the game.
Hey, Aline, is that about the guild Karens? Is that what you're talking about in there? If so, just clarify that. What Bal? Oh, okay. So you see the guild that's running around and they're called the Karens. Have you seen that yet?
I've seen a couple of them, especially around Meduli.
Yeah.
We got a good laugh at it.
Yeah. They're asking, what do you think of that? Whatever, right?
I mean, we think it's pretty funny.
I was originally gonna name my fat mage Karen. It was just gonna be a fat chick riding on a donkey.
Oh my god.
Oh God, eh? Okay, so Bal has a question. What is magic training like in your guild? So are you? I guess maybe just elaborate a little bit on that. He's probably asking, like, are you guys helping them do their builds and telling them what does what, that kind of thing? I would assume.
We're helping with the builds. We're helping with kind of what you need to be paying attention to in fights. We're getting them into a little bit of PvP experience. Whether or not they're successful is up to them,
Yeah.
but they learn from it regardless. And the more that we get into those engagements and the more that we promote that kind of an experience, not just PvE or not just exploring, but I want the whole 9 yards. I want people to go into as much as they want.
Yep.
And deep dive as much as they can. I want to give them the tools. I want to help them with builds. I want to help them with information, spells, the history from MO1 of where things were located, how that stuff worked, how did the magic work, with elementalism. A lot of that stuff was not very well understood, or maybe people never got to experience it because they quit way too early.
Mm-hmm.
And we just help them with as much as we can, whatever they need, questions, gold, whatever books they need. And we try to help them really get better at the game, not just get better at doing one thing.
Yeah. So are you? Oh, he's asking, do you need a lot of training and combat practice? So I think he's trying to ask, like, do you guys do like group fights possibly? If I think that's what he's trying to mean, that kind of training.
We haven't really done too many like just group versus group fights, but internally. What we have done is we've gone out, taken people, and then looked for PvP. Sometimes you find it, sometimes we don't.
Yes.
The world's really big now.
Yep.
It can take some time to get anything done. And the other issue is, maybe we do have a couple friends. Well, we're not going to fight them. We're not just going to pick a fight with some random group.
Mm-hmm.
We're not really an RPK guild, as many might think we are sometimes.
It's not intentional, I swear.
Yeah, we're not trying to kill everybody.
If you
but
have shiny loot, I want it.
Well, sometimes it happens,
once
boys.
in a while.
I think your guild's exciting. To be honest, I think it's a great concept. I love I love the concept of having every bank full. That is my mentality
Yeah.
all the time in the game. I'm like, I tell everybody, I always fill every bank, so I can get there and do my thing, and I don't have to like I can ghost over, grab my stuff, and go. Whether they change
And
it
I
or not
think
in the game, go ahead.
right. And I think the most important thing about that is, as a mage guild, all you need is reagents. You're
Yeah.
not in need of armor usually.
Nope.
You can maybe it's good to have those mats there, especially now that there's one character slot per person.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a lot of that crafting already. So maybe we will change that. Maybe we'll have mats to make armor now in every city. We can just run out fully geared
Yeah.
and just go.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of fun in the guild. What we've done before, I actually ran up to people and I'd ask them Velveeta or Craft, and if they answer Craft, I give them a gold. If they answer Velveeta, we kill them.
Oh, God.
I'll run up to
Oh.
people. We'll roll a d20. We'll decide. Hey, 1 through 10. What do you think they're gonna live or die? They die.
Exactly.
You know.
Chaotic neutral.
And we'll just roll a d20,
Oh my
and
God.
and maybe we kill them, maybe we don't.
Sometimes it's not in their best interest, I bet. Okay, Malik has a question. He says, are there any specific features coming in MO2 that excite you that you guys are excited about, like coming up? That way?
Elementalism.
Yeah.
All the magic schools, of course. The 3 rare ones. As soon as there's even one available, which is demonology, dragon magic, and symbolism.
Yeah.
I honestly think dragon magic's a little bit overrated, but if it's something we get before the other 2, I guess we'll
We'll
work
take
on
it.
it.
Yeah.
But we'll take it, and we'll try to take it. Apparently, according to Henrik, it's going to be a 3-way battle.
Oh, really?
But we'll have. Yeah, he's mentioned one group would be trying to kill the dragon, one group would be trying to tame it, and then one group would be trying to put it to sleep to gain its knowledge, as in the
Oh, yeah.
magic.
Yeah.
So maybe dragon magic is in the game, and then no one ever unlocks it.
Yeah, that's
maybe
possible.
maybe that never happens. But
Because you'd have
people
to.
have compared us to kind of like the Jedi Order. You know, we're trying to train people up, kind of in a similar fashion. As far as ranking up in the guild and everything, it's more on a what have you done? What have you been around? Have you been present? You know, it's more of a trust based thing a lot of the times. Um,
Yeah, there is a.
and we go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. But I was gonna say, we really want to focus on the magic side of things, and we don't. I mean, I allow hybrids in the guild, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care to know too much about hybrids. You know, they kind of have their own build.
Yeah.
I'll make them armor maybe, and we'll go out and fight. And they have their place in battle, of course. But in mana, the use of magic is gonna get better and better. Right now, this is just the start. Ecumenical magic only has 13 spells. There were over 70 spells in MO1
Yeah.
after elementalism magic came in, and that's only 4 magic schools. Spiritism magic, when that gets released, we're gonna be lethal, both alive and dead.
Yeah.
No one can run from us anywhere. If you're
Yeah.
dead, we can banish you. If you're alive, we can kill you. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah. Grom, do you want to add to that? Like that sounds so
I
fun.
mean,
God.
I mean, I'm just thinking right now about it. I mean, yeah, I prefer pure mages myself, but I'm literally building a hybrid right now, only because there's a number. There's still interesting things you can do with a hybrid.
Yeah.
Like especially with the rare schools of magic. So
Yeah.
I'm not completely, you know, like
I
hybrids are still like researched to a degree by a number of us. You know, just because there's so many builds that weren't possible in MO1. Like you can make a fat Dex mage now. Like if you would have said that like a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
like it's like hey, you're talking about like a fat mage, someone with over like 130 intelligence, with almost with like 400 like move speed. Like it's just like it's insane.
Right.
It's literally insane.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are super excited for the Schools of Magic to come in because there's so much to offer in that in gameplay.
Right. And I think one of the biggest things I want to do is I really want to help like the newer players when they start out. I want to keep improving on my guide and just keep putting it out there. And it's already in the pins in the MO2 help section or whatever in the Discord.
Yeah.
It's on Steam. It's always on the front page. You can hit Shift Tab, and I bet it's still there.
Okay.
I'll do it right now. It's right there on the bottom there.
Yeah, throw it in my Discord and I'll throw it in chat.
Yeah, you can just Shift Tab. It's right there on Steam. I will put it in Discord actually.
Yeah, throw it in. I can link it out for you later. It's fine. It's good. Nerd,
Yeah.
do you have anything you want to add to being about the schools of magic?
Not much. I'm just excited for them. I really want to see them all come out, so that way I can craft a build around maybe 2 or 3. Really depends, but I'm excited for them. I really can't wait.
Yeah. What do you think about all those schools going into the dungeons to farm dungeons? Like I think that's going to be crazy fun.
Well, elementalism is only going to have a couple spells that are actually able to be casted underground.
Oh,
Most
really?
of it requires weather changing effects and
True.
all that. But there's a spell called Light,
Yep.
and that kind of acts like Mage Light if you remember it from like Skyrim maybe.
Yep.
It kind of you throw the light, and it requires silver, and you can just take like 200-300 silver into a dungeon, and you can just provide all the light sources. No one has to hold a torch or get a campfire,
Yeah. So Bal
and
has
it's really effective.
yeah. Bal has a question in there. He says, "Do you have any tips on fat mages? I switched to a fat dex mage because I did not survive the pure wheelchair fat mage." No. Go ahead.
Make sure you get your skills up, mental offense, and make sure you get your int maxed as soon as you can. Mental offense is really big. That is going to help you tremendously with your damage, and just always know how far you are away from like your opponent, maybe in terms of PvP.
Mm-hmm.
On foot, I can still do all right as a fat mage as long as I don't get caught out and get too far in front. If I still stick to the back because of the speed normalization that Henrik did compared to MO1, fat mages still move at a pretty good speed, unlike how it used to be in MO1. As a fat mage, I can be on foot, and I still don't get left behind in most fights.
Yeah.
No, the other thing is like we have various ways for you to survive better as a mounted mage. Both me and Bill both play mounted fat mages for the most part, and there's definitely ways to succeed. Like you can definitely
Yes.
like in some cases you can even fight multiple. Like I've fought 1v4s and one as a mounted mage.
Yeah.
Like it just depends on the situation and your knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And your map awareness, just
Hmm.
always be on your toes. Don't get too comfortable in a spot. If there's no one in front of you, you're in the wrong place as a mage. Usually, if there's no allies in front of you, you're the first target, and that's not going to be good for archers.
Yeah, the archers will turn you into pin cushions.
Yeah,
Are you? Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. They're pretty deadly, eh? Especially with those sniper bows.
Oh yeah, and we make some pretty decent armor, and we've also been making some nice shields to help prevent some of that damage.
Yeah.
But there's only at a certain point, you're still gonna get hit for 50s and 60s sometimes.
Yeah. It hurts. So
Yeah,
looks like we're done with the questions now. We'll just give you a second to close up of what you want to get across, and then we'll thank everybody for coming out for the stream tonight.
sure.
Yep.
Well, if anyone out there is a mage, maybe you're having some trouble, maybe you're solo, maybe you're in a small group that's not going too well, you want to come join Mana, we'll help you with your builds. We'll help you with your books. We'll help you with your tactics, your knowledge of the game, maybe your map knowledge. We'll have some pretty interesting runs. We're the first guild that we know of to kill the first Walking Dead General. We have a video of it as well, and that was a couple days ago now.
I heard
We've
about
had
it.
reports that another guild did it, but as far as I know, we have the video. We have the proof.
So you did it first. You guys were the first ones I heard that got it, so that's cool.
Right.
Um,
And we've been having a really fun time as a group. And just send me a PM in Discord if you ever have any questions about Magic. Ever want to just join in, see what's going on. We'll be around.
yeah, that's good. Okay, we got another question. One's directed at me, Brad. Do you plan on doing anything regarding the thievery aspect of MO1? If thievery comes out, for 100% sure, I'm dedicating a whole character to that with the magery. If they have the assassin thievery or whatever it's going to be, the class, we're not sure, I guess, exactly what it's going to be, but assassin thievery mage combo for sure, 100% I'm in on that.
There's two aspects of thievery with magic as well.
Yeah.
There's, of course, your basic thief, and then you can actually use a spell from MO1 called Crawling Hand.
Yeah.
If that spell makes a return, then you're going to have quite a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. Crawling Hand worked well in
Oh yeah.
big sieges and stuff, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Super fun.
All the time.
So Bal's asking, we need an application. So Billy has he's in the channel on my Discord. So you sign up in the Discord and you can get in touch with them through that for sure. Like if you guys are mages and you're new to the game, even if you're old, like this guy knows tons of stuff. He's forgot more than most people know in the game. So you know what I mean? Use it to your advantage because this game is very unforgiving. It's full of savages, and like the more you know about everything in the game, the better off you'll be and better choices.
It's also full of secrets.
There's many secrets. Gray Fox secrets, you know that guy?
Oh, we know Gray Fox.
I used to hang out with Gray Fox and Guts because he would base out of Fabrinum with us.
Oh, we're gonna talk to him. I know him. He's in here quite often. So
Is he back?
Oh,
is
yeah.
Gray Fox?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
He was
It's
here
been
today.
around years since I talked with him.
Oh, he's great. He's a great guy. Okay, Grom, do you got anything to add? And then Nerd will hit you up for a little bit of closing stuff as well on you guys or what you hope to do. You know.
Well, I say I will allegedly be making a thief character as well. You know,
Yeah.
Just.
Everybody stealing from each other. Good. Okay, Nerd.
Not allowed in mana, though. No thieves
Like
in
I
mana.
said, allegedly. Allegedly a thief.
Yeah. Whatever it takes, boys. Whatever it takes. Go ahead, Nerd.
Really, I'm waiting for the int scaling. I want to see what it's like. That way I can see about making a dex mage or something a little faster, something a little more survivability in 1v1s, you know? Because that's really what I want to go for.
So if you build your dex mage, are you gonna put the taming with it, like the domination? And use a
I'm
pet?
thinking about it.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome. I've never really experimented with it. My experience with all this magic stuff has been limited to MO2 only.
Yeah.
So
I ran that kind of build the whole time. Was the dex mage with the spider queen.
yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite by far. All right. So I guess that's it, everybody. Nutman, do you have anything you want to add into these guys?
I just noticed you guys didn't mention anything about pets and mage working them together.
I personally am against using pets in fights. Pokemon battles are not really what we're here for. But of course, I know Grom is going to say something. He's probably
I'm
his
just
teeth
waiting
are
for you to
grinding.
finish.
No, domination pets are great. There's definitely some utility there. Spider queens, like you mentioned. That stuff is good. It's really good. It's really strong, but it's hard to get. So you gotta really take some time to get it. 1 or 2 a day is pretty much how it's going to be for a while.
Yeah. Go ahead, Grom.
All right. For me, like I said, I'm a filthy.
Oh, I love it, dude. I love it.
I'm an absolutely filthy metagamer, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
If I can fit like domination on my fat mage or anything else,
Yeah.
so I could be healing a pet for 70 and stuff like that. I've already experimented with some builds. Some builds I'm not going to make public, but I do have some plans for necromancy that Bill has deemed absolutely disgusting. So which means it has his mark of approval for being broken.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll be able to bring some of those builds to do some fights soon.
Yeah, I like that. Nerd?
Yeah,
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
What
Go
about
ahead, Nerd.
What'd I do?
What do you think about all the pets?
Pets, I don't know. My experience with pets has been limited to horses and one bear. So
all right.
I remember them from MO1 though. They were a pain.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Yeah. They were definitely well used.
Eternal suffering.
Oh yeah. Kurnus, yeah. All right. Okay, so we're gonna end everything right there. I want to thank Bonnie and the boys for coming out and talking about their guild. And if you guys need to get in touch with them, you can go through my Discord and grab everything you need, and we'll carry on from there. And then we'll probably have them back sometime to check in and see how the guild's doing, probably within the next 6 months once I start getting through a bunch of the other guilds and getting them in here. So thanks very much for coming out tonight. I appreciate that, guys. I know it's not easy to get people in here to do this, but I really,
No
really
problem.
appreciate it.
Anytime. We'll be around. We got big plans, and there's a lot of stuff that only a Mages Guild can pull off. No one else has got this many mages.
Yeah, it's nice. All right.
I really like the idea. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. I've always enjoyed that kind of train of thought. Okay, so we're going to stop the interview right there.